Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Friday, the 17th day of February, National Cabbage Day.
Okay.
I like cabbage, but not every kind of cabbage.
You know,
I like sauerkraut.
Depends on how it's
cabbage.
prepared. Cabbage is a
I
finicky.
like cabbage and egg rolls. I don't know. I like coleslaw cabbage. Random Acts of Kindness Day today.
Okay.
Good day to do something nice just because. National Caregivers Day today. And National No One Eats Alone Day, which
I
could
like
be kind of a
that.
nice random act of kindness.
Yep.
We've done that before.
We have.
We've invited people to sit at our table at restaurants, and we've
They usually
invited
say,
ourselves
"Leave us
to
alone."
sit at their table. And they usually don't. You mind if I sit here? Oh, go right ahead. You mind if I finish your food? Would you just leave me alone? I'm just trying to be nice. Hey. I've got a guest joining me today, Kate Chastain. She is a, what do you call it, a reality TV star, Heidi. And she's on a show called The Traitors. And it's like pirates at sea. I don't know. We're going to chat all about it coming up in just a bit.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Scientists say that men may be able to tell whether or not they will someday go bald by looking at the length of their fingers. In a study conducted in Taiwan of men who had been diagnosed with androgenetic alopecia, which is male pattern baldness,
Right.
researchers found that male baldness is 6 times more likely to occur if a man's ring finger is longer than his index finger.
Oh, interesting.
So I'm looking to see. And my ring finger is not longer than my index finger. The scientists believe that a long ring finger may be a sign of high testosterone exposure that occurred within your womb. So there you go. There's also, Heidi, a study. If your hand is bigger than your face, have you ever done that one?
I'm not going to.
And then you smack the hand and hit him in the face. Then that means you're really gullible is what that means. So try that at work. All right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know the safest place to be in the world in the event of a nuclear apocalypse would be Australia or New Zealand? A report recently published in the Journal of Risk Analysis, New Zealand-based scientists concluded that their country and their continental neighbor might survive a severe sun-reducing catastrophe like nuclear winter and be well placed to help reboot collapsed human civilization. The author also pointed out that the island nation of Vanuatu and the Solomon Islands and Iceland also made their short list. Australia leads the pack, by the way, thanks to its distance from the Northern Hemisphere, where nuclear fallout would be more likely, as well as their defense budget, energy surplus, quality infrastructure, and food supply. And they got kangaroos. I mean, so you just can't go wrong, really. It's one way to bounce back. See what kangaroos
I
there.
see what you did.
All right.
I really do.
We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. John Cena, the wrestler. He recently was photographed in Australia looking nearly unrecognizable in makeup and an outfit including a black t-shirt and black and white plaid short skirt, thigh-high stockings, and leather heels. They're wondering what's going on here. Well, he's working on a project called Ricky Stanicky, and it's a Farrelly Brothers comedy. Zac Efron and William H. Macy and more. Bryan Cranston would love to star in a music biopic about Willie Nelson. He said, I would love to be Willie Nelson. He's got a lot of stuff in common.
Really?
He does have a little bit of a similar look to Willie, but the Breaking Bad star said, but I don't smoke weed. So And Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck finally found a home. They've been looking for a while, and they settled on a $34 million property in the Pacific Palisades area of L.A. It was just built last year, 7 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, in case you got to go.
Right.
Acre of property, plenty of room. J-Lo just listed her Bel Air home for $42.5 million, so they'd be like downsizing on this thing. So
I've never understood the whole more bathrooms than...
Guys got to go.
mean,
Guys got to go.
it's just
Big screen,
insane.
little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. People who perceive themselves to be less attractive wear protective masks more often, according to a new report. This is fascinating to me. A recent study published in Frontiers in Psychology found those who are not particularly confident in their looks were more willing to wear a mask, particularly in situations where they are motivated to make a good impression. The study's authors from Seoul University, our findings suggest that mask wearing can shift from being a self-protection measure during COVID to a self-presentation tactic in post-pandemic era.
Doesn't
End quote.
surprise me a bit.
So I just thought that was really fascinating that, first of all, that they even did the study, but I could see that. And I know a dear friend of mine who wears a mask still. He has some issues with his teeth that have always bothered him. He's told me that they've bothered him, and he wears that still. And I was like, you know what? That probably for him is maybe a time when he was like, hey, you know what? You can't tell I've got an issue with my teeth right now. And continuing our scoop of the day, this I probably should have known before Valentine's Day, but now they tell me. Survey says only 4% of women think flowers are a great present for Valentine's Day. You one of those women, Heidi?
I love flowers, but I think that they are such a waste of money.
Now you tell me.
Oh,
Got a whole truckload of flowers on the way. And I love this story as well. I just read that sex is biochemically no different from eating large quantities of chocolate. So,
okay.
I don't know who did that study,
I
but you might be
don't
doing
either.
one of those things wrong. I'm just saying, I'm just pointing that out for those of you who
Oh, gosh.
are not fans of chocolate. So there you go. Scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today, Kate Chastain. She's from a program called The Traitors. It's on the Peacock Network. Kate, tell me a little bit about the show, and then what is your role on this show?
Okay, so we are on a castle in Scotland. It's 20 people competing for $250,000, but there are traitors amongst us, and it's our job to figure out who they are because these traitors are working to steal our money that we're all earning together. So my role was not a traitor. I was a proud faithful, and I work alongside the other faithfuls to try and figure out who the traitors are.
And it's interesting because the traitors are kind of like pirates. You guys are all supposed to be working together, but some of these people are not working with you. They're working against you, trying to steal your money.
Yeah, so we do challenges every day. Some are more physically demanding than others, but you're supposed to work together as a team to ultimately grow this prize pot at the end. But the catch is, if there's any traitors left at the end of the game that you've not figured out along the way, they get to keep all the money.
And it looks like you guys were on location filming somewhere amazing. So where in the world was Traitors filmed?
So this game took place in the Scottish Highlands. We were in a castle. It was just absolutely beautiful, and really being in a castle in Scotland really added to the murder mystery vibes of the entire situation.
And this is a fun reality show called The Traitors. But the thing that's nice about it, there are some people, when you watch this show, you're going to recognize some of them from other programs as well, right?
So in that castle in Scotland with me were other very familiar faces from across the reality TV world. We had Cody and Rachel from Big Brother. We had Stephanie and Sari from Survivor. We had Ari, the Bachelor. We even had Ryan Lochte, the Olympic athlete. And then, of course, there were 3 other people from the Bravo universe. We had Kyle from Summer House, Reza from Shaw's of Sunset, Brandi Glanville from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And then mixed in with all of that, we had some civilian cast members as well. And to top it off, it was hosted by Alan Cumming.
And many people listening probably know you from another program that you were on as well, Bravo's Below Deck. Let's talk a little bit about that program. And for folks that maybe haven't seen it, explain what Below Deck is all about as well.
Yeah, so I was on Below Deck on Bravo for 6 years, 6 wonderful years. Below Deck is a occupational reality show that gives a glimpse into the world of working on a luxury mega yacht. And, you know, my seasons were usually based in the Caribbean, but we also went to Thailand and Tahiti. And it shows the crew of a mega yacht and how they prepare and take care of the charter guests that come and visit.
And I think it's kind of fascinating to know that that's what you did for a living. So before television came along, you were actually working on a yacht, and then they cast you in this program because you already worked on a yacht.
Yes, exactly. So the thing with Below Deck is, of course, there are some people, it's become quite a huge popular show, that want to be on TV, and I understand that. But also because we are working out at sea, there's a certain level of, safety training that needs to be taken care of. So I had worked on yachts for about 6 years prior to Below Deck, and I worked my way up to Chief Stew, which is just essentially I manage the entire yacht, aside from the captain who drives it. It was such an interesting way to see the world after college, and really I learned so much, not only about myself, but about different cultures.
Well, that show sounds like a whole lot of fun, and so does the new show that you're on now, The Traitors. It's on the Peacock Network, and again, I think this is fantastic. The prize, $250,000. That would be a really, really nice prize to win, wouldn't it?
Yes, $250,000 was a great motivating factor to get through all of those challenges.
And for folks who would like to see The Traitors, Season 1 is out right now on Peacock, and it looks like there's 10 episodes. Are all 10 episodes available right now?
Yes, all 10 episodes dropped on Peacock on January 12th and are currently streaming, so they are available.
Kate, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us all about it today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Again, the show is called The Traitors. It's available right now on Peacock, the ultimate game of treachery and deceit with an all-star cast. And again, if you'd like to learn more about it, I've got a link to the trailer and to all of the information to watch the program in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
No high jumper has ever been able to stay off the ground for more than 1 second. So when they're doing the high jump, they're only in the air for a second. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
There are more than 70 species of mushrooms that glow in the dark. That's kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
Should plant some of those in the garden. That'd be kinda neat.
That would be really cool.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The first telephone answering machine was 3 feet tall, 92 centimeters tall.
That's not
big,
very practical.
Yeah, like I got to plug this in somewhere. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The tutara, a lizard native to New Zealand, has a third eye on the top of its head. Wow.
Okay.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Crows can not only remember the faces of individual humans, they can also hold a grudge. So, yeah, you don't ever want to upset a crow.
I relate to the crow.
Yeah, and our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Researchers believe our skin gets wrinkly when soaked as the body's biological way of gripping in slippery conditions. Yeah, several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile Question of the Day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. What food came in second on the list of foods most likely to wreck your New Year's diet? You tell me either one or two, and I'll give you the point. Yeah, pizza was number one. What came in second was the question. Sorry, you don't win $1 million. Chinese food. Chinese food came in second, but you were so close.
I was so close.
Yeah,
I almost had it.
Since I don't have $1 million to give you, I'll just give you a hug. All right. Mint Mobile Question of the Day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At BetterCreditCards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. MSCHF, an art collective specializing in unique products, have announced a new cologne inspired by WD-40. All right.
Okay.
The makers of the world's most popular lubricant
Would you
spray.
want to smell like WD-40?
I don't know. But the makers of WD-40, that's the world's most popular lubricant spray, they advise against applying it to your skin. But the new Smells Like WD-40 cologne is made exactly for that.
Wow.
The smell of WD-40 is almost as famous as it is versatile. People have been making joke memes about WD-40 perfume for years. Unfortunately, the WD-40 cologne is currently sold out on the official website.
What?
And no wonder it's only $48 a can.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot to
I mean,
me,
for a
but,
joke, maybe, but I
yeah.
can't imagine anybody saying, I want to smell like
And
that.
that's probably what it is. They get you that, and you're like, oh, thanks. I'll throw that in the drawer and never use it. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. We are continuing from yesterday. Going to talk about careers that you want to avoid. So next on the list here is cook or chef. It says, unless you like low pay and long hours and a lot of sweaty, hot work and standing on your feet a lot and a lot of pressure and deadlines, good luck getting
I
any
get
respect from
that.
people as well. Boy, that doesn't sound
Wow.
good. Another one, teachers. Oh, that makes me sad. It says having homework for the rest of your life is kind of nightmarish, not to mention all of the other stuff that goes with it. Thank God I got out. I taught at community college, so I had a way to take the easy version. Can't imagine how anybody deals with parents in public schools these days.
Oh, I couldn't.
And the final thing is IT work.
Really?
Yeah, they say don't do it. If you like computers, be a coder. You'll make 5 times more money, and you don't have to deal with 3 a.m. calls because some idiot doesn't know how to turn their router off and back on. So that's kind of sad. I've got the list. You can see it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today from Rodney Dangerfield. I love him.
Oh, who
It
doesn't?
says, we sleep in separate rooms. We have dinner apart. We take separate vacations. We're doing everything we can to keep our marriage together. You know, we've never done that. We've never done the whole separate vacations, but Heidi is talking about doing one right now with a friend of hers.
With a friend from England
Yeah,
who wants to come and see
She
me.
hasn't seen her in a long time.
Yeah.
All right. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Also some good news from them. They're doing a little giveaway. You can learn all about it on the website, radiotravelgroup.com. Here's the headline, by the way. These grandmothers are changing the mental health industry. I love this. It's from Zimbabwe. I mean, when's the last time we had a story from Zimbabwe?
It's been a while.
It's called the Friendship Bench, founded by a psychiatrist in Zimbabwe by the name of Dixon Chibanda. After a tragedy with a patient who took her own life because she could not afford to visit the hospital, Chibanda began a soul-searching journey to find a place in the world. And that's when they realized they had to take psychiatry out of the hospital and into the community. This doctor's idea was to develop a community-based approach to therapy that leverages the power of compassion and accessibility of grandmothers. The Friendship Bench, in really simple terms, is a brief psychological therapy or a talk or therapy that is derived predominantly by community grandmothers who are trained in the very basics of cognitive behavioral therapy. The grandmothers are trained for about a month, and then they're allocated a wooden park bench in their community. The Friendship Bench starts off as a one-on-one therapy between a grandmother and a client, and then it goes on to a peer support group that can go on and on and on. I think this is a really neat idea.
How great is that?
It says, when I first started the Friendship Bench, I called it the Mental Health Bench, and nobody wanted to come to a mental health bench.
No, for sure.
The grandmothers approached me and said, hey, that's stigmatizing. You need to change the name. So we changed it to the Friendship Bench, and people started showing up to the Friendship Bench. You can read all the details and see images. It looks like a really neat thing.
Way to think outside the box. That's awesome.
Absolutely. I've got a link to it all in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.